It is go time for Monster Monday. Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions, see what's up in our world of epic, and hear what we have in store. Welcome to Monster Monday.
Hey everybody, welcome to Monster Monday. I am a little behind here. I just realized I didn't have my headphones working, so you have to bear with me for 1 second while I get everything dialed in. There,
You were ready.
Yeah, I thought I was bragging about how I was so ready, and all of a sudden I'm like, when that was going on, it was on the speakers, and it's fine. But when people talk, I can't hear so good. So if I have headphones on, I can hear much better. So, welcome to Monster Monday. I don't even know what the date is today.
The 9th.
It is the 9th. I'm so behind because I've been out of town, and I have a calendar to my left with 2 months on it, but I haven't got rid of May, so June is in the wrong place. So when I look to see the date, I'm looking totally off. So another thing I have to get on my schedule of things to do. So I am back in town. I see Hopper is out there and listening. Hop, I am in town. I didn't have my phone on me today, so I got scolded by Twister yesterday. And then today I promptly left my phone in the house and ran around. I had my spine center treatment, and then I had to get some crap ready to go for this rally. And I've just been determined to get it done and without any interruptions. So turns out I'm going to take my truck to Iowa. So I think that's pretty funny. My truck is all loaded up, and I put the motorcycle in it today, got it all ready to go. I was going to trailer it, but I decided just to put it in the truck because I'm going to go up to Minnesota as soon as I'm done with the rally and get my trailer that I bought or that I'm buying from George up there. So I found a toy hauler, monster deal on a toy hauler right before I went on vacation, just totally out of the blue. So now I'm going to go up there and pick up that trailer. So George, if you're watching, I plan to come up there and get my trailer whenever that is. I don't even know. Would be like about the 28th, something like that. So anyhow, that's what I've been up to. Puerto Rico was awesome. I was down there there was 13 people. Mandy and Chad are the big monsters that were down there, and we had a great time. I took Chad out and tried to kill him every day on some hills, walking and running, but he survived it. So and he was still walking when we got home. So that was pretty awesome. So how was your week? And thank you again for covering for me last Monday when I couldn't even get to computer to get things going. And by the time I could, the show was already over. So I was like, well, I'm glad they can adjust on the fly. So thank you.
No problem. Yeah, we had a pretty uneventful weekend compared to yours, but we rented a backhoe, and Dylan made a big mess out in our woods trying to plan a garage. So yeah.
That's always fun. What are you going to build? Are you going to build a new garage?
Yeah.
Sure. Wow.
Showroom. I'm sorry. It's a showroom, not a garage.
Yeah, perfect. When are you going to start it?
I don't know. It's already in the process now, but I don't know for sure. Like the trees are gone. The dirt is starting to come in. So
yeah, that's always something, my buddy's building a garage back in Minnesota, so I might help him with the concrete work when I'm back for the bash or when I'm back in August. So I think that's pretty gonna be pretty funny because I haven't poured concrete in a while. So I think my buddy might kill me if I pour too much concrete. So Dylan, if you need help pouring concrete, let me know, and I'll try not to be there for that because I'll probably die. But I got a lot of buddies that still do concrete in Minnesota, so I could probably find some people to help me. And when I say help me, I can point them in the right direction. They can do most of the work because that's pretty good. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot going on. It's pretty awesome. We got some big news. There's some fun stuff happening this weekend. I think maybe we should start with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring on a special guest who we got sitting in the green room, hanging out. So if he's ready to come on, are you ready to come on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know because I didn't see a hat. You had this big fancy hat that I saw this production, and all of a sudden, okay, so he is ready. All right, I just want to make sure because I can't hear him until we click ready. So we're gonna bring him on. So let's get ready to see our guest here. Here we go. Welcome,
Howdy,
Turbo.
y'all.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, well, we've got some big news, a big special announcement that we want to have today. So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna let Turbo, let Turbo go with that big special announcement. So Turbo, what do you got for us?
So, I gotta read the comments real quick. Hold on.
There's no time for
Look at all my
comments.
friends- look at all- okay.
You just get us the news.
So, somehow, we're gonna go see the Chiefs.
Yeah, we're gonna go
So-
see Turbo's gonna go see the Chiefs.
I'm talking about my mom and sister.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So, pretty much, when I heard the news, I was speechless. Pretty much, I didn't know what the heck to say. I'm still kind of shocked about it. Every day I wake up, I say, like, how many days we have left because I'm that excited.
That's like Christmas time coming.
Pretty much. And I don't know what the heck, how that's even possible, you know?
Well, I'll give people the backstory because our good friend and mega monster Big Daddy, Sanuk, what a lot of people may not know is Sanuk was a big time football player, and he played at BYU, and during a time when BYU was really something back in the 80s. So when he was there, Andy Reid was his coach, was his line coach. So if most people follow football know that Andy Reid now is the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. So when we were talking about it a while back, he mentioned he was going to reach out to him and see if he couldn't get a Turbo there to meet him. And I thought, well, that'll be awesome. And Sanuk knows how to work every angle he's got, and it was really cool because he reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, I heard back from the Chiefs, and Turbo is going to be in to go meet him." So that's going to be pretty cool.
Just so you guys know, that's like not something that happens every day. You gotta like be someone special to go see them, or if that's like your Make-A-Wish, you know. Sadly, I used my Make-A-Wish on the Disney cruise. If I was able to use it now, I think that's one place I would go.
Yeah, and it's awesome because that just shows you how wide and vast the Mile Monster network is. And it's so cool that a monster can do that.
That just shows like how stuff is possible, you know. Nothing's impossible. If we can do that, we'll be able to make DMD known.
That is the truth too. Like nothing is impossible. Like if you would have said 3 weeks ago you're going to go meet the Chiefs, and they wanted to do it now because it's more laid back than if you go there during their summer camp. This is they're kind of people don't have to be there, but they're there and they're working out, and they're more eager to spend a little time with you. So I think it's really going to be awesome, man. You get to tour the facility. They're getting us for lunch and really cool. And I don't think they could have picked a better kid to do it. So that's pretty awesome.
And again, I'm just speechless. You know, how the heck did Big Daddy accomplish that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, again, I can't say anything. I'm speechless.
Yeah, it's fun when that kind of stuff happens, and it just goes to show you how important like everybody out doing these rides and raising money is, because just out of the blue, like in a second, something comes up and we got to buy airline tickets and hotels and all the good stuff and
make
it happen. So I think it's really cool. And that's the part of people who support us they don't always see or get how fast things come together. So it was pretty cool, and I'm super happy that you get the opportunity to go meet your dream team. I never got that chance when I was a kid. I met a couple players when I was a kid that I really looked up to that played for the Vikings, but one of them signed my card, and he was all drunk, and he signed it only got it on half of the card, and I got an autograph on my cast when I was a kid, and I was so happy because I got Matt Blair. He was a big time linebacker for the Vikings when I was a kid, and I was so proud of it. And the doctor cut my cast off and cut right through the signature.
Man.
So I thought, I don't think I'm meant to have any Vikings memorabilia. So this is really cool. I mean, I can't even imagine how cool it's going to be. So everybody stay tuned. We're going to have some live shows from Kansas City on Friday. I'm heading there Thursday. What time do you get in on Thursday?
Me?
Yeah. Do you know what time your flight gets in on Thursday?
I don't know. I think like early in the morning, because we're leaving here, I think at like 6 in the morning, something like that.
Okay. So you get in there whatever time on Thursday. I don't know if I'll be there.
Probably like 1-ish or 12 around there.
Good. I don't know what time I'll be there. I'm going to take it off on Wednesday, so I'll get there as soon as I can. But we'll go up Thursday night and get some dinner, and then Friday's going to be a magical time. 1:30, you guys get there. That's a good job, Turbo. But Friday's going to be a magical time for you. But I hope that it's everything we're thinking it will be, and it really stacks up to a dream come true. And I'm just super fortunate that I happen to know Turbo and I get in on this, and I was heading that direction anyhow. I have a rally that starts the next week on Monday, so it worked out perfect. Well, I mean, if it would have been a week later, I would have missed it. So just another example of God loves right most, and he's going to put me there to enjoy it with Turbo, and the Chiefs might be my new favorite team because I think it's really cool. They're giving you and your mom and your sister this opportunity.
Yeah. I think Kansas City Chiefs is like mainly the team that does mostly a lot of charity stuff too. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I know Patrick Mahomes, this guy, you guys don't know him. Patrick Mahomes, he like goes to children's hospitals and meets kids and stuff. Not a lot of football players do that. And
no, he seems pretty down to earth and a pretty good dude, and he's so damn good. It's fun to have it where you get that somebody that's so good at whatever they do. And it's a lot like riding motorcycle, like some people are just really good and they put in a lot more work and a lot more effort, and they're good behind the scenes and pay back a little bit. And that's what he does with the football world. I like that. Yeah.
And then we're also get to meet this guy too, Travis Kelce.
And isn't he retiring? Isn't this his last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that was pretty lucky that you get to be there.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
And I'm sure they're going to sign some stuff for you. So you better bring, I would have one thing you're going to try to get all the signatures on or something,
Yeah,
something,
probably
something
cards
cool.
like these.
Yeah.
Or a hat, for example.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a KC hat and have them sign my KC hat or this shirt.
Anyway, my mom got these from eBay for like
awesome
$10, I think.
Yeah, money well spent. That'd be really cool too. I mean, if you get a signature on a card, that's awesome because a lot of guys have signature contracts. They can't even sign cards. So, and I don't think Mahomes or Kelce is one of those guys, but I read about that all the time, and I'm like, who the hell signs away their rights to giving a kid a signature? I'm like, if they do that, they should be kicked out of the league. That's how I feel.
Yeah, a lot of football players actually don't do that no more because people can print the ink on other stuff and sell them for money.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of players don't do that no more.
That's what it always comes down to is the dollar, But that's pretty cool. But we'll have to go live and show everybody what you're doing on Friday because you're going to get a stadium tour. You get a meet and greet with the players and the coaches and see the locker room and the field, and so this will be a lot of cool stuff. So everybody stay tuned with that, and we'll do that on Friday and really show it off. You got anything else you want to add about it?
Uh, I just want to say thank you, Big Daddy, for making this happen, and thank you, Riot, for also making this happen.
Yeah, I
Just
tell
pretty
you,
much thank you, everyone, for making this happen. Really.
I'm thankful that we have so many monsters out there raising money for you kids and for you boys. And so when this happens, you get to enjoy life at its fullest. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. If you're a Chiefs fan, you get this backstage, living. That's about as good as it gets. If your mom passes out, I'm gonna take a lot of video because I think she's just gonna faint.
Oh,
So
it's gonna be funny.
yeah, I think if we can keep her from passing out, we'll be doing it all right.
Yeah, I think my mom's gonna pass out for sure.
Yep, that'll be pretty good. All right, Turbo, I'll see you on Thursday, and I look forward to sharing this experience with you, and we can hang out over the weekend and kind of pal around a little bit. It's been a minute since we got to hang out, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, my man.
Oh. So
All right,
again,
man.
thank you, everyone. Anyway, Turbo out.
Yeah, he is one of a kind. I love it, but it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting that he gets to do that and get that experience of meeting a team like that is just awesome. So thank you, Big Daddy, for staying friends with all these people for so many years. It's one thing. Andy Reid had a gazillion people that played for him over the years, but Big Daddy, keeps in touch with a lot of his old people, and he's not one to ask for things unless it really matters. So that shows because he reached out and right away the team stepped up and said, "We got you." So that's pretty awesome. You want to continue on with the other hero news, and then
And then we could talk coins and
perfect.
yeah. In other hero news, Alfie has school until about the 18th of June, and then he's done. So he's really looking forward to that. They're still fighting for the drug there to help the boys. They're still fighting to have that drug. So
yeah, that's gonna be a nonstop battle, which I don't understand, but I wouldn't want to be on the other side of a fight from his mom.
I don't think
like Colleen, when you get she is the definition of a mama bear. Like she's all like, "Oh, let's have a beer and a laugh," and then she's like something messes with her kid, and she's like, "Okay, let's throw everyone off the bridge." So
I want to be on her bad side.
Yep, I'm glad that she's fighting for him.
Yeah, somebody's got to fight him for him. Jack and Drew, I have no news this week on them. On to Gavin. Gavin has been swimming and playing outside. He went to iFly on Saturday, thanks to Big Daddy.
And that iFly, have you ever done that?
No,
because I did it. I did it when I was Fat Riot. And Fat Riot could barely get airborne in that damn thing. I was like right at the maximum. And I tell you what, when Gavin told me he was going to go, I said, "Man, good luck." Because I remembered laying there and you toss and turning this way. And, it was just, I wasn't very graceful. And then Gavin does it, sends me the video. And I'm like, he looked like a damn bird. He takes, he's sitting down and they just scoop up and put him in there. And he's perfect. And then he's all the way to the top. I went this high off the ground. That's it. I don't think I was my own head height high, and that was the max I went. I think that fan was wide open and was like, "All right, Patty, you're not going any higher." But Gavin's at the top. Did you see the video, man? He's up sailing around and he was like a damn bird. So I don't know. I was kind of jealous. And next time he goes, I might join him and be like, "Hey, man, take me." And I want the same tour Gavin just got because that was pretty badass. That
was really cool. He had so much fun that they had to buy 10 more flights when they were there.
That's awesome.
One wasn't enough. So
yeah, I tell you what, and they make it work. I give that iFly a lot of credit because I didn't know how it was going to work, and that was awesome to see how they did it. That they are that accommodating. So, man, obviously I have no connection to iFly, but I will give them a shout out. If anybody's interested in iFly, if they can make that work for our heroes that smooth and that nice and have them have that kind of an experience, they're doing some shit right. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. So that was a nice job on their part because they made that look pretty seamless. I don't know how they do it, but Gavin looked like he was more. I thought it looked more like he was in outer space than he did. You know, like just boom, he just floats around. I'm like, I don't know, but they had it dialed in pretty good. That was pretty awesome.
That was awesome. Saturday was also D-Day for Gavin. It had been 5 years since he was diagnosed with Duchenne. So
and it wasn't long after he was diagnosed that I met the family and got to know Gavin. So it's crazy how fast time goes because he was, you know, it was the fall of 21. So it was pretty soon after being diagnosed. But I remember that when I met them because when he got diagnosed, it was COVID. And that seems like the worst news you could have to deal with is COVID. And then you get parents that get news like your son has DMD during COVID. It makes COVID seem like nothing, you know, like, all right, well, COVID's, you know, and COVID is such a big deal. Like, you know, how powerful something has to be to put that in the shadows. So that was, and it just seems like it was yesterday. Time goes by so damn fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to believe that fall. Yeah, that fall is when I met Gavin because Mile Monsters hadn't even started yet. That was before Mile Monsters were even the Mile Monsters. I was just for a ride and reached out to, or his mom reached out to me because I put a message on a Facebook page for DMD and said, hey, I'm going to do a ride and I'll just showcase some kids and they get a day. So I think I got 8 kids, I think, on that trip, something like that. 8 kids, and Gavin is the only one that I still have contact with like that. You know, a couple of them are young, and one of them had already passed away, but I did a day for him too, so it was kind of fun. But it's funny how things work, you know. I didn't think that one day in time would bring us to where we are now, but pretty cool.
Jessica said too. She said shortly after that call giving us the shit news that Riot found himself a goat, and well, the rest is history.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sure, I'm glad. You know, I don't know how things work or why they work the way they do, but you know, DMD is a shit disease, and I hate it. But because of DMD, I sure have met some pretty badass kids along the way, and parents and just families in general. So, you know, without DMD, I don't know where I'd be. So it's crazy how it works. When they find a cure for this, I'm gonna have to go around and reach out to people who had kids with DMD. So that'll be the next thing. So fingers are always crossed.
Exactly. Gavin gets fitted for a new wheelchair, the manual one. They're also looking into his power wheelchair. The rep was, I guess, pissed at the tech because he apologized about they had no idea about the problems that they'd been having with this wheelchair. And he may be getting a new wheelchair on the house. So
that would be nice.
That would be nice. That's what they're hoping for.
They gotta expect him to wreck some shit. They're I mean, he's 10 years old. Like, you know, I mean, he's a boy. I would guess they're gonna wreck some stuff. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, they're heading to Mexico at the end of the month for sun and tropical drinks.
That's always fun.
That's going to be a good time for them.
The sun is much hotter down there. Mandy was telling me, I don't know anything about anything, but she's like, yeah, the heat index, you know, we're in Puerto Rico was like 10 or 11 or something like that. What does that mean? She goes, it means you're going to get fried. And so that's the day that I decided to test sunscreen. And if you're wondering about sunscreen, I learned a lot. I thought a 30 block was like, what's the sense? You might as well skip it. And if, you know, I told the wife, if you're not going to put on 50 or something, then 30 is just nothing. And she tells me 30 is pretty much something. And we proved her to be right. So she sprayed half of me with sunscreen and not the other half. So I got fried. So it was pretty entertaining. But I'm surprised how much stronger the sun is down there. I mean, I'm a Yankee. I'm from Minnesota. So, with you. So we're not used to heat index of 10 or 11. And I didn't even know what all that meant. It means it's really hot. And it takes about half of the amount of time to get fried. So that was, one of those things. But trust me when I tell you, sunscreen does work. So wear your sunscreen because it's a massive difference. You can either look like this shirt or not.
Important. Okay, where am I at? Turbo, we got turbo news already. Brody's been spending a lot of time with his dad's side of the family last week, and they've been enjoying the nice weather and hanging out.
It's crazy too, because these kids are like on summer break, and then Elfie's not on summer break yet. And the kids around my house, they're still at school. So it's just weird how around the country you have different times and people are totally different stages of their summer. So it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Jackson, he spent the weekend in his pool splashing around. They also went to a minor league baseball game. And tomorrow he goes to the UVA to pick up his braces, his night braces for his legs. And then Thursday he has a full day of appointments, PT, OT, neurologist, and pulmonologist, so all kinds of.
A little bit of everything. I did see little Jackson was out to eat one day and had a piece of pizza. And I don't know if anybody caught that picture. But the slice of pizza is like this wide, and he's got it up like this, and it was like I laughed because I was like, "Damn, no, that's a slice of pizza. It's like the size of a Red Baron pizza." So that was pretty good. If Frankie Mountains asked did he finish it, he's probably still working on that same piece of pizza. That's like a week long snack right there to get. Or Jackson, get out there and eat some more of your pizza. He nibbles away another 6 inches of his pizza and calls it good. So too funny.
That is funny. This weekend he's going to a pool that has slides and stuff. It's called Frog Pond, and it's a place for the kids love. So more pool time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kids, they have cool stuff like that for kids, and then they should keep making that things for adults. Like there should be a place we can park our motorcycles while we're on a ride and meet up with other people and drink a bunch of beer and then do like crazy stuff that kill an afternoon in the water slides or something, take off again.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something. It could be Dylan's Land. Dylan Rules. That could be the name of the park. Dylan Rules. Like if anything is against the rules, if they take it up with Dylan, man, Dylan rules.
Too funny. That's what all I have. Other than I wanted to say it's still Honor Week. So
I almost rode my bike every day this week. I put it onto a trailer.
No, it's over. Honor, yeah, it is going. It is going. He was nodding to me, and I'm like, I'm okay. Yeah, it's fine.
And what day are the girls on?
And the girls are on day 160.
160?
Mm-hmm.
160. 160 consecutive days riding a motorcycle.
Oh,
I would really like to know. I wonder what my record is for riding a motorcycle. I bet you it's like 21 days or 22 maybe. Maybe it's a month. But I know I've never ridden a motorcycle longer than a month every single day. That's pretty impressive right there.
That's impressive.
I got something I wanted to show you, and I don't know if I have it right in front of me. I might have to step out. You might have to talk to people for a second while I get it. What else do you have?
Oh, I was just going to say, the bash is in 96 days.
Good. You can talk about that for 1 second because I do have to get one thing I forgot.
So, yes, we got the bash in 96 days. Honor Week is this week. I just kind of skipped over that. So, get out and ride. If you rode yesterday, hopefully I did not. And he's back.
I'm back. That was pretty fast, but I thought I had this right alongside me, but I didn't. But these are some banners that Frankie Mountains made. And Frankie, thank you. I got these in the mail today. I got some really cool stuff in the mail, and I wanted to have all that here, but I didn't. So I guess I'll just start with this. But can you see? Helps if I hold it up right. But this is a little banner. I don't know what the size is, a foot by a foot and a half, but that's got a nice picture there. But if you can see that, that is, I wanted a banner that we could hang on the motorcycles, like when we stop or when I'm somewhere where my bike sits for a long time. So he made up some really cool banners, but these are just some banners I had made. This is like, I think 1.5 by 3 or 2 by 3, something like that. Frank will comment, tell me the exact, but they're really nice looking banners. So if anybody needs one of these, let me know, because I made, I don't know how many we made, but I sent one to Hop's house. He wanted one to have with him on his ride. And I had a couple made for me because we're starting the rally. But if anybody needs something like that, if you're going to a bike night and want to hang these off your bike, I was trying to make a banner that we could throw in a tour pack and just hang on your bike. Just simply hang on your bike. You park it somewhere for the afternoon at a bar, restaurant, whatever. You can just hang it on the bike. So some people out there really get the places that get a lot of people. And, you know, my bike just draws attention to it. Like, people constantly walk up to it. All the stickers. Now you put that external gas tank on there that I have, and it just stands out like a sore thumb. So everybody wants to see it and take a look at it, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to get the design made up for the bike nights, and Frankie's going to make all those banners as well. So those are just nice banners. They're not for any specific topic, so I kind of like them. You know, it just has our QR code that takes you to the website, and that's about it. And just tells a little bit about it. Some people just can't quite figure out what we're about by looking at our bikes or looking at whatever. So those things are there, and whatever we need, we'll get more. They're reasonably priced, making that size. So if somebody needs some, I might put them on the website, or just reach out to me, or, you know, I'll get Frankie to hit them up, and we can just mail them out and be good to go. So I see some people already commenting, so that'll be awesome. I have one I'm taking with me, but if somebody needs some while I'm gone, let me know. I think I have 3 more here that I can send out, 3 of them at least, until we get some more made. So it'd be awesome. All right. And I got some, tomorrow I'm going to be putting a little message out, because I got a bunch of stuff returned that people ordered coins and some other boxes from the Geo Hunt that got returned. So whatever address you put in, because I just take the addresses right out of our website that you submit. So something got submitted wrong and they got returned. So if that's you, I'll try to reach out to you. So watch tomorrow, because I want to get those mailed before I leave. We have the rally coming up. The Iron Butt Rally happens every other year. This is the first time that I've done an Iron Butt Rally, and there's really like 2 big events, you know, in the long distance world that everybody really pays attention to: the Hoka Hey and the Iron Butt Rally. Obviously, everybody knows I've done the Hoka Hey, and the Iron Butt Rally was traditionally for metric bikes, you know, all the Japanese bikes and BMWs, that kind of thing. But Harley riders have infiltrated that, as you know, the other riders have gotten into the Hoka Hey. So it's kind of fun, and it's a rally, meaning they give you a book. You got to go find things, and when you find things, they have a point value. So what I'm trying to do is figure out a way that we can fundraise and do this. So I'm coming up with some ideas, and it's really hard because you're cut off from social media while you do the rally. So this rally is 11 days, something like that. I think it's 11 days, 11 days long, and no social media. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll reach out to Brandy and have her just post like how many miles we did every day. So, but I'm working at trying to figure out a way that we get people to sponsor that, follow along with it when we can't be on social media. When I do the Hoka Hey, what people really like is every morning I would do a daily dedication, and it became something people really liked. But this, I can't do it. So I was talking to the wife, and what I may do is a video every day, but start my video series the day after it ends. So it ends, but then we'll start my daily series, and I'll talk about a little bit about each day, or I'll piece it together or something, and that kind of thing. So we're going to try to get people to sponsor by the mile. Years ago, I started biker pennies, which were people sponsored a penny a mile. And that's really what I'm going to push during this rally, is to sponsor a penny a mile. And it's simple. I mean, if it adds up, if we do 1,000 miles, that's $10. So, like I did in a Hoka Hay a few years back, was talk about that very thing. It just doesn't sound like much, a penny a mile. You do 1,000 miles, somebody donates $10. Well, if you get 10 people to do that, and they get 10 people to do that, and get a pyramid of supporters, it all adds up, and it makes a big difference. So what we can provide some of the families that have these needs, like that come up, like, just all of a sudden you'll have, I think something come up with the Chiefs, and, we need to fly a family there and spend a weekend enjoying, something that's just really epic. And I would hate to ever say to a family, well, I'm sorry, but we just can't swing that right now, can't do it, whatever. So it's really awesome. So, if the rallies, we can't figure out a way to make it work for fundraising, then you won't see Riot do any more rallies. This is a kind of an experiment on my part. They're expensive to get into. They're expensive to do. So if it's not something I can make work for fundraising, then I'm just not going to do it. There's a million things I can do. I have literally 20 power rides specifically designed for fundraising, waiting in the shadows for me to take the time to do them. So I'll do that if that's what it needs. Yeah, we got the penny press still in the works. I just saw the comment about Dooley, because he's making a Mile Monster penny press. So that would be really cool. So anybody that sponsors that, we get him a penny and be good to go. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that rally. And there's a few of us. Iceman is not healed from his mishap in the rally we did in Texas. He's still going for some things, and he's on the mend. So I know it sucks to not be able to do something like that, like not be able to do the Ironbutt rally that he's been patiently waiting for. But Iceman, I know it sucks, but long term is much better than the short term. 2 years from now, you'll be in the rally, and you'll have a leg that works good, and not a big gnarly dip in it and a scar. So good luck healing with that, and it'd be good to go. So just a little bit tough, but Teeter is riding, and so is Frankie. So Rolo is riding in it, and we're going to have a good time. So we're going to somehow figure out how the three of us can do a little fundraising. There's some other monsters and that are riding in it. So it'll be really good. So I just have to be careful. And if anybody gets any pictures of any of us that are riding, don't post anything. If you post something that somehow got shared to you, or you found somewhere or whatever, don't post that. Don't share it, because if I let anything out, they nail you for like 25% of your points. So kind of makes it where you're not, you may finish it, but really affects my standing in it. So, but I got everything figured out. I spent the weekend doing the computer work with the rally. There's a lot of work to do that, because you got to get into a computer. Computer has to get your waypoint set up. Then it goes to your gadgets and everything else. And that's just not my style. I'm get on the bike and write some directions on my gas tank and give her hell. So this is going to be different, but I got a little taste of it in the heart of Texas. I only got to do it for 3 days before I had to bail, but at least I got a taste of it. So I'm excited about that. So that's all I got for that. What else you got? Any other news from you?
I don't have any more news.
All right. So we have the coin hunt, the geo hunt. everything is going awesome with the Geo Hunt. I gotta say, I did not look at the total dollars raised, but it was 35,000, something like that, which is just awesome because we're booking tickets right now for the boys to come, booking hotels, all things that we have to pay, tents. There's just so much that goes into a big party like this. It's just amazing how much it takes. But to get all the families there, airfare, gas, cars, all the good stuff. It's just awesome that this is such a success and everybody's out there seeing these sites. And I'm glad people are enjoying what they're seeing. I didn't know how it would translate. I didn't know if this was going to be a big flop, if it was going to be a home run or not. And it's fun to see people seeing things that I was at all over the country. And like Mark Neosy was out, he was up in Canada and he was up at the near the Mackinac Bridge. And it was so cool because he's seeing these places that they look much different than when I was there. There was construction at the Mackinac, right at the inlet. And luckily the sign was right on the edge of it. He could still get to it, but it was pretty cool. And he went to a place in Canada that I just found just by pure luck. I just happened to be going by. I thought that was a nice place to watch sunset. And it was like they have a bench there made for you to look at the sky in the right place and see all the stars. And it's a place to go at night to see it. And he was there at sunset. So it was really, really cool. But this Geo Hunt has really turned into a much bigger thing that I really thought it would be. So I thank everybody for getting into it and sharing it and doing it and going out and pounding these sites and enjoying the twist we have and everything else. And we did get a big twist last week because of my being gone. So everything kind of just remained the same. But yeah, the Canadian roads do suck. And I was just on backcountry roads that day when I came down through Canada there, and I went into New Hampshire, I think, from there. It might have been the same day I went and put the one on Mount Washington. If I remember right, I came down from Canada and went to Mount Washington. So it was pretty good. And she wants to know if you can accumulate money from previous weeks. And that's a no. Every Monday, your bank of what you've collected gets emptied. And things get missed. We make mistakes. I don't get too riled up about it. Like if something did get banked, it's not the end of the world. But the idea behind it was every Monday things would be emptied and your bank would be empty on Tuesday morning. And so you couldn't just bank it. So I'm going to put the list up because I do want to show this quick. This is what we got left. Oh, I got to get over to my own page here. I keep thinking that. There we go. I touched it on the screen thinking I could make it move and do things, but that's not how it works. All right. So this is what we got left. They're really flying fast. I just want to give everybody a heads up on some of these have not been found. 19, that was at one of the mystery ones, and I don't even know where it was. So I think that one's probably gone. 40 is still out there. That's a good one. 49 is still out there. 58, I think anybody that's looked at the book knows where that is. We have all of the clues there, but it's not rocket science to figure that one out. That was never one I wanted hidden, and I can't wait for somebody to get up there. 61 is in Florida. That's been unlocked, but nothing else. Utah, this was unlocked, but I don't think that was found yet. I think some people went there and could not find it. So that one's unlocked and ready to go. Let's see. 72 is in Colorado. Teeter unlocked it, and somebody had found that. She was going to put it back and had not got it back yet. And I reached out to her again, and she just got back to me and apologized that she hadn't got back to me yet. I guess it's like 250 miles from her house. So I think she's going to mail that back to me. So if she does, we will be replanting that out in the world. 76, that one is not there. They found the empty coin container, but no coin was in it, and it was crushed in the driveway. 79 is there. There's no picture in the book, but the picture will be released. And as soon as a clue is opened up on that, even the state, I can send the picture out. So I don't know what the best way to do that picture released is. So I might just post it. I'm not really sure. 88. That was the coin that Hopper got before it was started, when he didn't know how to follow the directions. So that coin is in my possession right now. It is going to be rehid. I will put that back in the world while I'm out on the rally. So, or on my way to the rally or something. That coin had a significance because that was one of my best friend's favorite numbers. And I held that with me the whole time. So it's kind of ironic that breaking the rules, because the guy who I had that coin after, the container said his name on the front of it, but he wasn't much for following rules. So it's kind of funny that that's the one that gets found to break the rules. I thought that was pretty good. 96, 102. 102 has one clue out, but that's still there. 115 is one that was located. There was a problem with that coin, and I got it back, and it's all good. That one is going to be out in the wild, and I'll give you a hint. It's way out west, so that one is a good one to find. 117 is in New York. Everything but the coordinates is released on that one, and that's a great coin, so I'm surprised that's still there. 124 was unlocked, but is not found yet, so if somebody's checking that one out, it's in PA. And 125 is still out there, and nothing's unlocked on that one. And that 125 was actually the last coin I put out, other than when I had to redo some things. So that was kind of funny that it actually worked out. The last number was basically the last coin I put out. So anyhow, we do have to unlock 49. 49, the state needs to get unlocked today. Tammy unlocked this today, and that's in Missouri. So I'll make it this blue. We just unlocked it. So that's in Missouri. So if you think you know where that is by looking at the picture and you're from Missouri, good luck with that one. That will be one that I don't think you're going to get by knowing it's in Missouri. So anyhow, that's that on the coins. We'll have that updated on the website tomorrow so people can come along. I didn't really even count to see what we have left for coins, but 19 I'm not sure about. 40 is there. 49 is there. 58 is there. 79 is there. 88 will be there. 96. All right, we're down to like 10 coins. So that's pretty amazing that we're down to 10 coins. And people were wondering about how they're going to keep their coins. And that leads me to kind of one of the twists today. So today's twist, everything is reset, and you are back to the one thing that stays the same is one per state, regardless. And last week it was, if you were the leading fundraiser, you could get another coin in another state. This week the twist is whatever team fundraises the most during this week. So next week at this time, when we look back at whatever team did the most fundraising between now and next Monday, they will have a great benefit come Monday. So all it is this week is about fundraising, and whatever team leads in fundraising, every member of that team is going to have an advantage come next Monday. So that's the biggest thing I can say. So try to fundraise for your team or for yourselves, for your team, however that takes. And even if you're going to go do a ride, you can still have people just donate to your geo hunt, even if you're not, specifically looking for a coin, but you're going to go do some crazy ride and you want to get people to donate to our cause, have them hit it to your geo hunt account, and we'll be good to go. But fundraising is going to help those that donate to you and you. So keep that in mind this week as you're doing some fundraising. people that donate to you are going to be rewarded as well. So next Monday, we'll celebrate that little twist, and then we'll have a new one to go in for the week. So that'll be good. And next week, I will not be on the show. So Misty will have all the details to that next week, because I'm going to be on, after Sunday, I will be on social media blackout for 11 days. So next week, I won't be on. So good luck to everybody next week as they're out hunting. But, you know, it's really great work what everybody's doing. And on the 11th of July, we have the Monster 79. So we're really cranking that. This will be kind of toning down a little bit. We'll be cranking right to the M79 and see what we can do in 9 weeks of riding and fundraising for that. So I'm pretty excited about that. How many days are we from the ride, or from the bash? I mean, you said
The bash for 96 days.
That's insane.
I know.
Because it just seems so far away for so long, and all of a sudden we're at 96 days and we're in double digits. That just goes by so fast. So that would be pretty good. All I see is my wife saying, "Dylan, no way." So Dylan must have a comment down there that, you know, was bad. Oh, do you have your birthday? Is your birthday this week? Obviously.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess. I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. All right. Well, happy birthday. I'll be available to wish you happy birthday. So what day is your birthday on?
Saturday, I think.
Saturday. All right. So maybe we'll have a special live where we can all sing happy birthday to her as she hits 50, because she won't be in a very good mood. You know, that's when you realize that. Yeah, that's at 50, you realize that shit is not going as you had planned.
Not really, no. I'm here. That's good.
That's the benefit to really not having a plan. Like my plan is just perfect. Everything I planned on is coming true. So, because I didn't really have much of a plan. So that's pretty awesome. And well, that's really cool. 50. I wish I was 50. You don't want to be 50, and I wish I was 50. So, that's how fast that works. So just know that in 6 or 7 years, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I was 50. That's pretty awesome. The other thing we got is Hopper is out on his ride. He started it. What day did he start? Wednesday?
Yes.
Wednesday? Yeah, that was such a little confusion because, this ride kind of came up fast. So it's been a scramble to get things together for it. And then him getting out and riding was like, not sure they're going to get the bike. Okay, got the bike. Then had problems with the bike, and it was like one thing led to another, and so I didn't even know when it was going to start or anything. So it did start, and he's out there. We got some coins that we ordered that I don't know when they're going to be here, but they're going to be coming in, and we have coins to support what he's doing. That's fundraising for the cause, and we also got some coins that we're trying something new that you're going to be able to get a cool coin to actually support Hop to fill his tank up. So there's things like that. They're going to be kind of fun. So, and there's a coin coming. If anybody meets him on the road anywhere, they're going to be able to earn a coin, just a cool stalker coin. So those are things we got coming with Hop's Ride. We got a lot of time to bang on that as we go, but I know he put something out. There's a tracker. Like I say, I've been so far behind, man. I was a week in Puerto Rico, and then when I got home, I just been not on anything as I'm trying to get my own things in order here so I can go to this rally and kind of have a sense of I'm doing something. So it was pretty good. So we'll get better with that. But he's just out pounding miles. He's got a lot of miles to do. I know Chase is with him over the weekend, but there's a link to his Give Butter. Share that. I mean, that's really what it's all about, is trying to promote, the heroes through people doing crazy things and, doing epic events to, raise awareness of what we do. And that's what we've always done is, epic things. And he's off to another epic ride. And, the really crazy thing about this is there's 3 people out there trying to do over 100,000 miles. And that's just, I don't think there's a chance in hell that 3 will be able to do over 100,000 miles on bikes, all over 120. They all want to do 120 plus. So that's just mad crazy. I just can't even believe that that's actually a thing. So, I mean, God bless them, but I can't believe there's 3 people crazy enough to do that. So, that's just nuts how it is. So if anybody knows anybody that wants to sponsor this ride, wants to do whatever, let us know. I'm going to be adding something to the Facebook if I don't get it tomorrow, or to a website. I mean, if I don't get it tomorrow, there's going to be just a whole page about this ride. So if I don't get it tomorrow, I'm going to try to do it when I'm out in Kansas City, because I'm kind of limited after I take off on Monday. Or Sunday, I'm done after. If whatever I don't have done by Saturday isn't happening. So if anybody's going to order coins, our coins, I did screw up the numbers. So if you got a coin, the number 12, Alfie's coin, the 80s and the 90s I had flip-flopped. So if you got like Twister, you have your number 99 is in here to be mailed up to you. So you can send me back that 89, because I don't know how the hell that happened, but 80s and 90s just got flip-flopped. So anybody's ordered a coin in the 90s, you have Alfie's coin that's in the 80s. So if you send that back to me, I'll just flip-flop them and I'll mail you another coin. So I got a few of them here waiting to go out. 92, 86, and 87. That's what we've had that are mailed out to somebody that has the wrong number. So let me know. If you let me know, I can mail them out tomorrow. I have a couple of them that I know about already because I recognize the numbers, but sorry about that. And if anybody's going to order the numbers, anybody that orders them before tomorrow, they'll make it in the mail. Even tomorrow, I'll probably give them the mail on Wednesday as I roll out of town. But on that, we're all good to go. Got anything else for me?
I do not.
No, you did a great job. Gather news. You're pretty stellar at it. Didn't you do a great job, Dylan? I knew it. Every time I want to get thumbs up, I just got to ask how Misty did.
Yeah.
Nailed it. All right. That's all I got. Gavin doesn't even care. He doesn't have to go to bed because it's not a school night, but I still got to go. Yeah. I rambled on. It's been almost an hour. Every time I say I'm going to keep this to a half hour, just talk. I don't know. I got to lay off the caffeine, I think, and just do things better.
You did good.
All right. Everybody, good night. I'll see everybody later. And yeah, Twister says you sure do. I got to keep going down. Twister, I love you. I'm glad to keep an eye out in case my wife left me in the jungle. At least I'll be missing, so it's all good. That's that.
Everybody, good luck at the rally.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll look forward to that, and just look for some live stuff we'll be doing this weekend with Turbo, because that's a pretty epic thing.
That'll be awesome.
That's really something. So we'll try to do some, I'll at least get videos and post videos, but I'll try to do a live too, and at least one live video. Otherwise, we'll just get some videos and then we'll post those as we go. And I don't want to take away from the experience by, hey, let's do a video right now. So I might just kind of go with that. So we'll be all good. So that's that. I appreciate everybody. Thank you much. And I will not see you next week. I'll see you in 2 or 3 weeks. So
I will see you all next week.
Yeah, you got this. Peace.
Have a good week.